One teacher that comes to mind whenever I think of like a really positive influence is my AP chemistry teacher in high school, Mr. Day. Even though his content was extremely hard all the time, even if we didn't understand it, he made sure that we would make it through the class from beginning to end and kind of prepared us for college and life after college.
For me, I've always wanted to be a teacher and a coach. I knew that at a young age, and the person who really inspired me to do that before he became Mr. Massey, superintendent of BISD, he was Coach Massey, my sophomore baseball coach, and just being with him all 4 years of high school, he was the one that really pushed me over the edge to get into this profession.
One person that had a big influence on me was my water polo coach, Coach Brown. I walked into the sport never playing it before, and he never gave up on me. He didn't just teach me the sport of water polo, he also taught me the true meaning of perseverance, dedication, and the power of encouragement. Through his guidance is what also helped influence me to become a coach and a teacher.
Both my parents were educators. My mom was at Lake Jackson Intermediate. My dad was the principal at Braswood. He was a former head basketball coach, and so I knew from an early stage that them being in education, that's what I wanted to do, and here I am today.
The most significant teacher that really inspired and influenced me would be Miss Lois Davis. As I got older, I kind of got a little off task, and Miss Davis was my high school English teacher. And one day she pulls me in the hallway and she says, "Look, you're smart and you're going places. You're going to be very successful in your life." And then she looks at me and she says, "But all this playing you got going on up in here, we don't have time for all of that. I need you to focus." And at that time, she really spoke to the potential that was in me.
One thing that I took from Mr. Day that I use now in my teaching is just being a helping hand to all my students and letting them know that you're not going to always get it on the first try, but I'm going to be there every step of the way to make sure that you do understand it to your best ability and that you can succeed at your fullest potentials.
These kids and these athletes, they're not going to care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. So for me, I think getting to know students, getting to know athletes first, I think that's very important. That's something that Coach Massey taught me.
I hope to influence my students to never give up. I want to push them to be better people inside the classroom, outside the classroom, on the court, off the court, and even outside of school.
It's just creating these power of these moments with students, with young men, young women, and you're not going to see the direct result of it every day. It's down the road when they contact you, sharing their life, where they're at. It's just those memories, those moments, those impacts that were made. They all come back.
Miss Davis didn't see the little girl that had the insecurities. She didn't see the little girl that was dealing with low self-esteem and rejection. She saw me. One of the things she said in that hallway before I went in, she grabbed me and she took and gave me a hug and said, "I believe in you." So my biggest impact in my classroom is I want to build those relationships with my students and let them know I see past the things that might be going on at home or what you're dealing with. But I see you. And because she influenced me in that capacity, I'm forever grateful. And so I find myself being molded